live from wherever the hell I am is cool. You're listening to the Supreme Gentleman. You're listening to Bruce Montalvo.
Yo, what's up, yo? This is Jaja. You know, eating the pizza straight up from Brooklyn. The last pizza we're gonna have before we go to Tucson.
That's right. This is the last pizza I'm gonna have in New York. The last pizza. That's right. The last pizza. And we got this pizza over at Tony's, right in front of the building where Serpico got popped. That's right, folks. Coming back from a epic excursion cross country from LA all the way to New York. Just road rules we're calling Bruce Rules. That was our reality show, Bruce Rules. And there's really nothing better than traveling across the country with your bodacious babe. Right across the country, nothing but you and the road while you're bumping like Judas Priest and stuff.
That's right, Bruce. It was amazing. I'm the coolest Jewish. What the fuck you talking about, coolest? Yo, this is Jaja. What's up, y'all? Yo, this ain't no school, bitch.
This isn't a Snoop Doggy Dogg rap track. This is a conservative talk show.
No, this is Jaja. Jaja's got 7 albums with another one on the way. As soon as we get up in the Wild West is where we're going. Because fuck this New York. I mean, fuck Brooklyn. Fuck everything here in the East Coast.
You know, we had some sushi the other day. We just came back from this big road trip. This road rules like road trip. If you remember the shitty reality show, this was much better because Bruce and Jar are in it. It was Bruce Rules. That was our reality show. We just came back coast to coast, cross country, California to New York on like an epic pilgrimage, did we not?
Yes, we did.
And we come back, and I mean, we come back from eating the best barbecue from like state to state, but we come back, and what do we have? We have the sushi. And now my freaking fingers are like nuked. I don't know what the hell. I'm like glowing over here from the sushi. I am not feeling this freaking food around here.
Yeah, you know, we were not feeling that well before we left. We felt great when we were over west. Then, you know, even eating mad piggish food, you know, Shabbat
Yeah,
Shalom.
this trip was not kosher.
No, it's not kosher.
I mean, you can't go through the South without having some good old country cooking. I mean,
right.
some off the bone, some mixed barbecue.
We'll give them the little hint
but yeah,
of the joint. But you know,
continue.
A little bit later. But you know, it wasn't until we came back here and got sick. You know what I'm saying? Like we were eating mad piggish food and a lot of just mad shit. Totally fine. Not really shit, but good shit, you know what I'm saying?
Shit that your rabbi would slap you for.
Well, whatever, but still, it's good shit.
But you know, doesn't it mean that, I mean, you can eat as much pig as you want, but
no, it doesn't mean that.
As long as you don't hang out with,
doesn't stop making
as long as you don't hang out with pig, like Porky the Pig.
No, I don't know where you got that from. Will you explain to me where you think that is?
I don't know, I heard some chicken slapper say that once.
I don't think
But anyway.
So. Oh, you mean a fake Jew patriot?
Okay, don't make it personal,
no,
all
it's
right?
not you.
Well, what I'm saying is, folks, we're eating all over the place, and we just came back from, what was it, Williamsburg, off of Driggs, where Serpico got shot. You guys remember Serpico, Frank Serpico? I was just in front of that apartment where he got freaking blasted by some COINTELPRO, and damn, you know what I'm saying? I just had like the best linguine ever. I mean, you really need guineas just to cook, really. I mean, you don't need them at the Vatican. You don't need them running Washington, D.C.
But they're good cooks.
You just need them in the kitchen.
And
chopping up the garlic and with
really
the linguine. I mean, that was freaking delicious.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good adieu to New York. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. You are now boarding the Bruce Montalvo Show. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome. It is the Bruce Montalvo Show. It is our Memorial Day special edition, because if you listen in on last Friday's show, it was just nothing but technical difficulties. But obviously, if you're listening to me right now, you'll know that the technical difficulties are done. Anyway, it is January.
No.
It's June. You see, I'm just over here just smoking weed, just chilling. I forgot it's June 1st. I'm just too excited about Gary Johnson being the presidential nominee now, because it's June 1st, so I went out and I smoked like 20 blunts and stuff. Anyway, you're listening to the Super High in the Sky. Your pilot, Bruce Montalvo, navigating you through everything conspiracy, all the time, every time. It is June 1st, 2016. And, you know, we were trying to do this show earlier, this whole road rules meets Bruce rules, but we had technical difficulties. Basically, we took the meanest road trip you could imagine from New York all the way to LA. Basically, it started off like Snatch. If you ever seen that movie Snatch, that guy takes that shot, he puts it down, and then bang, he's like in another city. That's basically what it was. It was just like the movie Snatch. I mean, and then after I picked up my Ferrari, I just drove it all the way to New York City, folks. And let me tell you something. You learn how fragile life is when you're on the road. I mean, I was going through Texas, and it was like nothing but armadillo blood sacrifice country. I mean, they're all over the place. I mean, they need to start picking these armadillos up and making handbags out of them or something. I mean, because they're going to waste out there. They really are. And we hit up Arkansas. And after that, I mean, the trip became barbecue, like barbecue city, you know, right around off the bone, where I had some of the best barbecue ribs and a salami freaking sandwich. I mean, it was just delicious. I mean, Ja will tell you about it next week when she's on. We're getting ready to do a big move, folks. We're going from New York back to the West Coast, back to the Old West, back to the Wild, Wild West. And, you know, it's just not gangster enough here for me in New York. I tell you what, I ran into this dumbass on the side of the street saying that, oh, yeah, you know, I'm hard. If you leave New York, you're soft. I'm looking at him, I'm like, you say this with like a New York Mets hat on. I mean, you're going to stay here and wait until the Mets win the championship? Really? Or you're going to be happy being a zombie here? Really? You know, folks, the other day, I did a video. I put it up on Exposed News. You can check it out, Exposed News on YouTube. And it states, dirty NYC bums defecating all over the streets exposed. That's exactly what it is. And how apropos. See, I'm talking about doing this cross-country road trip and how I saw the wonders of America. I mean, starting with the barbecue. I mean, just the wonders, folks. That is American exceptionalism, just driving through the road with your bodacious babe. Nothing but you and the roads, right? And bumping Judas Priest or whatever the hell. But here's the thing. These people, you come back to New York and you see low-life, liberal scum that are now allowing these vagabonds to crap all over the street, just defecate right on the sidewalk. And I got it on video, folks, evidence. So, de Blasio, if you're listening, why don't you go to Exposed News and check out what you're doing to this once great city that was Brooklyn, New York. Now, you know, even the bums eventually left New York, right? I mean, they left for Los Angeles, right? Well, that's what a lot of bums around here, including me and Ja, are doing. We're leaving Brooklyn, folks. Even the Dodgers left Brooklyn, so we're getting the fuck out of here too, because now there are literal bums. There are bums shitting all over the place. So instead of dodging trolleys, you're dodging shits now in Brooklyn. That's what you got. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Every time they tear down a building over here, you breathe in the asbestos. You're breathing it in. And not to mention, I mean, there's still something called Indian Point leaking, I believe over by Croton and the Hudson, Buchanan, leaking, I mean, so much radioactive groundwater is being leaked, the tritium. And more evidence, folks. I mean, I could have sworn I took a shower, I came out smelling like cat piss. Now, they've been using this kitty litter to curtail this tritium in places like New Mexico, wherever they had nuclear spills in those states. And you see the MO, you see the pattern again here in New York with this Indian Point nuclear spill. Even that reptilian shape-shifting lizard, Hillary Clinton said that they should shut it down. So that's serious. When you have reptilians now agreeing with you, it becomes very serious, folks. So we're hightailing it out of here. We're getting out of here, but make sure that you go to Exposed News, subscribe, and if you want to follow us, be sure to go to Bruce Montalvo at Twitter and Jaja at Twitter, and be sure to send us all your questions, your concerns. If you have any comments regarding Indian Point, just let us know, and we'll let you know what's going on to the best of our ability. But in reality, I mean, this cross-country trip I took was just the epitome of American exceptionalism, folks, because I'm noticing how much of a better president I would be if I were running the country. I mean, you have Obama going back to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and now bad-mouthing America in front of the Japanese, saying that, oh, America is so bad, so bad. I mean, how many people did the Japanese torture? I mean, I could have sworn that FDR knew that the Japanese were going to hit Pearl Harbor, and we sunk some of their ships beforehand, but, you know, we still let the Japs do it. So here's the thing. I come back to New York, and now I realize that the Japs are still trying to attack Americans. They're very vengeful. They believe that revenge is a dish best served cold. They really do. They really do, folks. And the MSG and the soy that they're using out in these places, I mean, me and Joe were complaining about the sushi over here, J-Pan. Now, these bastards better watch out, because I watched that South Park episode, and I know that I could use Yelp like a weapon of mass destruction. So if you're listening right now, J-Pan, if you don't refund me, you're going to get it. All right? You're going to get it. No, but folks, I'm telling you, they're like kamikazing. They are just becoming ninja freaking samurais infiltrating our food with this GMO. They're attacking us through the GMO. The Japanese are still the Japanese are still fighting a silent war, and they're using their little restaurants every time they open up a little ganzo here and a sushi there. Okay, I'm fighting you. I remember what you did and to me in Pearl Harbor. I'm going to attack you for what you did to me in Pearl Harbor. You infidel. And Hiroshima and your Nagasaki. All right? You know, I'll take a bottle of sake and I'll slap one of these goddamn freaking Japanese bastards. And I'll tell you something else. The Japanese internment camps, they're going to use those for you, folks. When they bring this martial law that they're planning, this Rex 84, all this crap, these Jade Helm, all these code names that are basically just martial law kicking your ass. Don't forget that our good old friends, the Japanese, we did the same thing to them, and those camps that they were once in, they're being revitalized, reinvigorated, reassimilated. They're putting a lot of money into those places, and guess what? They're gonna put you in there too. All right? Hell, they might even come after me, folks. It's getting serious. The New World Order is here. We're at a crossroads with this Anglo-American establishment gone wild. That's what it is. It's just nothing but Visigothic, freaking Roman, freaking Jesuits and Nazis running wild all over us. I mean, they're literally trying to say that the Holocaust didn't happen, that Hitler didn't kill enough Jews, that they could fill 2 Dodger stadiums worth of skulls. I mean, it's just the skull fuckery is here, especially with people like Donald Trump. Oh, he's not a bigot. You're a libtard for calling him a bigot. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, you fucking stupid idiots. Donald Trump wants to print more money. That means he wants to keep the Federal Reserve going. All right, Donald Trump, he's friends with Epstein, the pedophile Epstein. He invites Clinton to his wedding. I mean, this guy is basically a pimp, literally a pimp. He throws like pageants, and a lot of people be like, "Oh, Bruce, you're just jealous." Well, no, I'm not, because I got the hottest freaking babe ever. Why would I be jealous of the Trumpster? I'm not jealous of him. He's nothing but a democon, folks. He's a democon, and I hope Gary Johnson kicks his pussy ass, but nothing's going to happen. Nothing's ever going to happen. And I'm not about to put all my chips in when I know that the House is already going to just kick my ass. It's not a smart bet. Okay, yeah, I endorse Gary Johnson. I support what he says. But do I think he's got a chance in hell? No, because it's called the bipartisan big government establishment. Okay? That's what it is. I'm not going to have you chasing ghosts, folks. Okay? And I'm just so sick of it. And this show is sick of it. We're sick of it. We're going to bark and rave and rant as long as I'm alive, folks. I'm going to have something to say. And if you're tuning in, you can tune in every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern on TalkStream Live. That's TalkStreamLive.com. And just go through there. You can look us up on Google, and then that'll take you to Spreaker. Go to the Spreaker website, type in the Bruce Montalvo Show, and you can listen to us every Friday live, 9 p.m. Eastern. And this is basically a continuation of the Friday show where we suffered so many technical difficulties. But going back to my road trip, Bruce Rules, it has to do with how pissed off I am at Obama as well. Because let me tell you something, folks. I said I would make a better president. I would, because I was over in Arlington, the Arlington Cemetery. Obama should have been there. But he wasn't. He was off bad-mouthing America. That's where it's gone to, folks, where now you have a communist agitating vagabond piece of trash going around and hating on America. And you have all these black people that are saying, oh, we're being oppressed. Really? You have a black president now. You have a black president now. I mean, how many chart-topping black artists are there? And Snoop Dogg, why don't you just go and shove your head up your ass? See how it fits. And all these freaking Bole pieces of shit. I'm sick of them. Really sick of them going around and just saying, oh, Obama this, Obama that, when he hates America, folks. He hates America like you can't believe. To go there. And I already told you, folks, that the Japanese are attacking us via their freaking sushi stands. You know how much soy and MSG they're putting out those places? They're still fighting you. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Exactly. So having Obama go and now talk shit on Americans is just the icing on the cake. Being that he did it in Japan. And I'm driving through Washington, D.C. off this major excursion, Bruce Rules, and I see so much dark symbolism, so much powerfully negative symbolism. I saw this golden sword, and it was to honor the dead. Obama's basically dancing on the graves of the dead. He's dancing on them, folks. And that sword is just, I mean, it's sucking all the life out of these people, all these unconstitutional, undeclared wars. It's creating this great satanic power that Washington, D.C. has.
It must be dancing with dancing.
Okay, I'm telling you, if you drive through D.C., it's like they put some type of confusion spell over the whole city. I mean, you're lost, folks. It's not conducive to any tourism, to stopping there. I mean, there's Opus Dei symbols. They got Golden Triangle hotels. And here's the thing. I didn't notice one single Zionist or rabbi walking the streets of D.C. You know what I noticed? Jesuits. But not just Jesuits. Jesuit bankers. And we stopped and we figured, these bastards are always targeting individualing us. Why don't we target individual them? So, my wife was a superstar photographer, the likes of Vicky Bale from Batman. which she is, she took these pictures of these Jesuits. And I noticed, by looking at the pictures, that they're bankers. They're in a banking area. We're right down the street from the Federal Reserve. So that tells you there's no rabbis walking around D.C., nothing. So all you stupid truthers out there, you can literally eat it. All right, shove your freaking face right into it and eat it, you freaking stupid idiots, because the Zionist conspiracy is nothing but a Nazi Jesuit conspiracy. Okay, and that's why I own a Ferrari now, because I'm being paid to say that. I am not. No, really. The Jesuits run Washington, D.C., and I'm telling you, there's nothing but sick sexual symbolism. And what do you think that obelisk there is? Right around the corner, there's some balls. I mean, that place is just a hellhole, folks. I couldn't wait to get out of there. The best thing that happened was when we drove out of that place. We landed in this place in Baltimore, Maryland. That's Royal Farms. So not only did I get my brakes fixed and my coolant changed, but I also got some chicken at the same time. Pretty good chicken, fried chicken. But that's what it was, folks. I mean, it was one hell of an excursion. I was going to talk about it last week on Friday's show, and I said, you know what, I got to get on the mic, because I didn't like how they cut me off last Friday, folks, because it's very apropos. I mean, they knew I was coming. They knew what I was going to say. Who am I talking about? Who's they knew? The NSA, folks. They know what you're doing. They have the smart TVs. They can watch you in your living room. They know what you're saying on the phone. They can listen. All right? Anyway, we drove right past the National Security Agency. And it's funny, Fort Meade, we drove by there. And Janine, Jaja, she Googles on her cell phone, fat CIA agents with bellies sticking out. And I kid you not, a picture of Bill Hicks came up. Seriously, a picture of Alex Jones came up. That nutty bastard. That nutty bastard who is literally eating his hat this whole year with this Donald Trump endorsements he does. I mean, really, dude, you have a guy that says print the money. He's friends with the pedophiles, the Epsteins, the Clintons. And Clinton looks like one sick creature. I mean, every time I look at Clinton, he looks like Bela Lugosi or something. If he's not biting one woman's lip, he looks like death itself, pasty death. I mean, he looks like George Norrie or something. He's just like one morbid-looking bastard. I'm telling you. But going back to the trip, folks, it was one hell of a trip. I just had to go after Obama there and let you guys know that it just doesn't fly. I mean, Donald Trump's also setting up an elaborate psyop with this protest, with these Mexican-American protesters. Most of them are probably illegal aliens. Who the hell knows what these gang-banging, eyebrow, Sharpie-wearing idiots are? I mean, they're out there waving their Mexican flags. I mean, could they do that in El Salvador? Better yet, could El Salvador come over to Mexico and wave El Salvadorian flags? No, they can't. No, they can't. And it's part of the psyop, folks. Trump is using these people to prove a point that you need to have more fascism. You need to put those borders down, because build that wall, because he's going to keep you in. You, the American citizen, he's not going to keep the Mexicans out. He is going to build that wall to keep you in. Regardless of what you people think, he is a rich socialist. I'm sick of these people billing Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders going head to head. Two idiots that just put on a stupid hat and want to tell me to love government. I'm sick of these idiots billing their supposed debate as the capitalist versus the socialist. Okay, what it is, it's the rich socialist versus the bum socialist. And they're both Nazis, by the way. Okay, so, what's in the news? They got that gorilla, Harambee or whatever. Basically, two stupid parents let their kid fall into the freaking gorilla gate, and you got the mama saying, "I'm here, I'm here, I'm here." And this is another psyop trying to make black parents look like idiots. Okay, first of all, why are they killing this gorilla in cold blood when he was literally helping the boy? He was like holding his hand. He was like giving him emotional, like one-on-one. Oh, you're gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. I'm not gonna let all the other gorillas bite your face off, right? I mean, if you've seen video of this, the gorilla looked like he was really consoling the boy while the boy was like all over the place. He was kind of guiding him around. And then they just like put this guy down like he's like Mike Brown or something. I don't know. I don't even think they killed the gorilla, folks, because I didn't see any gorilla blood. That's the thing. They want to, they killed this gorilla now. To me, it sounds like that Cecil the Lion thing all over again. Oh, we need some distraction. Oh, why don't we kill some majestic animals, some silverback gorilla? It kind of reminds me, I was on a radio station, and the gorilla looked just like that. Yeah. Anyway, folks, that's what I see. They're just psyoping gorilla deaths. But really, to just finish off this segment, because that's what it is. It's a segment. I'm just trying to let you guys know that we're over the technical difficulties, and you can tune in every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, to listen to me and Jaja, and pretty much tune in, folks, because we're going to expose everything that these criminals are doing. See, we don't leave any stone unturned. We don't gatekeep for anybody. So, that being said, to top off Bruce Rules, it started off flying from New York to LA. Then we drove to Tucson, the old majestic West. Beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful, folks. I mean, as soon as we drove in there was bats screeching and screaming in the sky and owls hooting. And that's the thing. It's so much better in Tucson at night than it is here in New York right now. This is probably my final show from Brooklyn, New York, and it's just so disgusting. I'm sweating like a sweatbox here, folks. It must be all the bum shit that's out there that's like creating this humidity here in New York. I mean, the nuclear dust and the asbestos. I mean, it's just going to be so much better broadcasting close to that Lucifer telescope where I'm going to be heading to. Anyway, we went to this place, Star Pass. Classy joint. But I'm telling you, I feel like they were targeting me. Because there's this Freemason walking right by while I'm trying to have my continental breakfast, saying, I've been a Freemason all my life. While I just got my continental breakfast. Figure out this guy is in a room right next to me. And then I see this freaking spy taking pictures of me and my wife driving little balloon floaties through this lazy river water tunnel. And he's snapping pictures. I mean, I can't even have fun without these apron-wearing fanooks snapping pictures of me and my big-breasted wife. Right? And as soon as we finished, and Star Pass really had a majestic time. I mean, we're having wine by open fires while, these owls were resting on cactuses in the cool, majestic desert night. I mean, it was just so nice, folks. Really can't wait to broadcast from there and get out of this dump. I mean, I can literally smell it from here. It stinks. It smells worse than Elizabeth, New Jersey. Seriously. And you see just how crooked these people are in New York, that when I drove back in here, coming cross country, I literally spent like $100 on tolls. And do they fix the roads around here? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, folks. And de Blasio is just letting the transgenders, the Tonys that are now Sallys go into the women's bathroom that have been historically known to be very clean and just piss all over the freaking seats now. He's letting the bums shit all over the streets now. I mean, it's really time to go. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. Because if a bum shits by my freaking Ferrari, I will kick his ass. You hear me, de Blasio? Anyway, going back to the majestic desert. As soon as we got out of there, we hit this dump called El Paso. Okay, and I'm telling you, there was more targeting of us individuals. There's this fat guy. That's the whole reason why we tweeted fat agents with their bellies hanging out, was because of this incident when we arrived in El Paso. Some Glenn Beck freaking attorney comes up to me, starts asking me all sorts of questions when I just came off the other night talking about how much of an effeminate Barney the Dinosaur pussy the guy is, and how he's really just some just democon scumbag. I don't care how much he says that he wants Trump killed. The guy's a total pussy. He cries every second. Seriously, I mean, he didn't even graduate from high school. Anyway, folks, this fucking idiot comes up to me and starts asking me all sorts of questions. Oh, it turns out this guy that just approached us, this spy. I'm trying to have a seafood dinner and a steak au jus and some sweet potato fries over at Pelican. And some scumbum comes up to me and my wife, never seen him in my life, talking to me that he has a radio show and he's on AM and all sorts of questions about henpeck. So anyway, I almost kicked that guy's ass, and we got the hell out of there. So then you had the Freemason spying me at my hotel in Arizona, and then some guy that I found out majored in government spying on me in El Paso. So I was pretty pissed, folks. I mean, the next shill that I saw, I was going to kick his freaking ass. So, we're driving into Texas, and that's finally when the trip got delicious, because we stopped at Off the Bone. And, that I figured, why am I going to go back to Dealey Plaza? That's Shillville. I said, no, I'm getting the hell out of there. Kennedy was a fucking Nazi anyway. So after that, we got into Arkansas. And I'm telling you, folks, there are people in Arkansas that want Hillary arrested. There are people that want Hillary arrested. They probably want her arrested for shitting all over the rivers. I mean, have you seen the rivers in Arkansas? I mean, they look like putrid, like diarrhea. I mean, I've seen better rivers in Tijuana than, I mean, no wonder Hillary's from there. The only thing Arkansas has that I liked was mixed barbecue. So you're over there by mixed barbecue, don't order the chicken. The chicken's no good. Just, and make sure she gives you coleslaw. Because, she didn't give me coleslaw this one. She gave me the potato salad. But it was a delicious mistake nonetheless. After that, folks, I mean, people in Arkansas are special. I'll tell you why. Because the more south you get in, the more special these people get. I mean, it literally takes them like 30 minutes to make a left turn. Like, really. And their dialogue's right out of Adult Swim's Squidbillies. I mean, it starts getting ridiculous. You could hardly understand them. But I tell you, nonetheless, I stopped over in Graceland and exposed the king. Because, I'm the king, folks. I'm the king, conspiratorial cop. Well, I sounded like Shaq there for a second. Anyway, not Elvis. But, anyway, we stopped over in Tennessee, exposed the king, said that he was working with the CIA, that he faked his death. He's probably in Mexico somewhere. And I'm telling you, I could probably do the same moves that Elvis did back in the day today. Probably excellently execute those moves better. I was studying some of Elvis's moves, like some of the hand moves. And I figured I'm going to start doing that while I'm on air. I'm going to start doing some hand moves. I'll probably sound better while I'm on air. Thank you very much for listening to the Bruce Montalvo show. Anyway, I had fun. Nonetheless, I had fun. And they have great macaroni and cheese there. They also have suicidal birds that fly into your windshields. And it was something else. And every other town, I mean, you get into, there's this town called Whiteville. Literally a bunch of Masonic signs everywhere. And we stopped there, and the bastards lied to us that they had Wi-Fi at the joint. But it was all right, because they had a great jacuzzi, a great little pool. And if you went to Exposed News and you saw my lifestyles of the rich and famous, you know how much we love pools. I mean, we're always swimming. And Ja looks like a beautiful mermaid when she's swimming, folks. That's why I love my co-host with the Mo-host. And she's got 7 albums, and her name's Jaja. And you're going to hear her next week. So be sure to tune in every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And go to her iTunes, too. If you want to support her, go Jaja Rapper. Type that in on Google, and then eventually find her on iTunes. iTunes Jaja. And just get all her music, folks. Anyway, finishing up what we went through Tennessee. I mean, bumping Grateful Dead's Tennessee, and eventually made it to Washington D.C. Went right to Washington D.C. All the bikers that Trump was hanging out with drove past me, and I figured out something in Virginia. As soon as I got into Virginia, before we hit D.C., I saw that the slogan of Virginia was "Virginia is for lovers," and Ja turns around and says to me, "Virginia's for lovers. You get it? Congress is here." I was like, wow. I mean, she is sharp as a tack, folks, because it kind of went over my head until she kind of reiterated it. And what does Congress mean? It literally means sex. And as soon as you drive into Virginia, there's this giant heart telling you that Virginia's for lovers. Now, what do lovers do? What? They have sex, right? And that's what Congress means. So there you go. Everything is to be broken down. Everything. You see the words, symbols, they're what really run the world, folks. If you study the symbols of not only the occult, but just everyday life. What does this symbol mean? What does that symbol mean? I mean, it tells you the sublime. Anyway, and it's very apropos because that's how these occult types that run the establishment, that's how they operate, through symbology, through secret codes, secret handshakes, all that stuff, right? Anyway, we get to D.C., and I've literally bitch slapped every truther that thinks that it's a Zionist conspiracy. No, it's a freaking Jesuit banker that works for Legatus or the Pope over in Rome to get him more freaking gold-plated toilets while they come up with laws on how to freaking help silence victims of these pedophile priest sex crimes. It's just beyond me how evil Washington, D.C. is. I mean, I was going to go up the Lincoln Memorial before Trump was there, and I was going to go there to find out if there was any caramel corn inside Abraham Lincoln's head. And Trump beat me to it. Trump and a million of his KKK bikers beat me to it. I don't know, they must have gotten a good tour guide because there is no fucking parking in that city. I mean, I could literally grow old and die trying to find parking in that city. And I used to think that was the case with New York City. But it isn't. I mean, eventually you find parking. But Washington, D.C. is just one atrocious city to try to find parking in. And they don't even want you to stop there and eat. That tells you everything. They don't want you there. Why? Because you'll run into the real power structure and all these Jesuit bankers, scum that run wild all over Washington, D.C., basically doing the Pope's freaking dirty laundry out there. And it's just beyond me, folks. It just continues to baffle me, the things that you, the American people, keep putting up with. You put up with so much. Put up with this dead gorilla, for instance. This dead gorilla story. All right. Oh, you got celebrities coming out. I'm crying over the dead gorilla. What about all the dead babies? What about all the dead and dying children that around the world that not only the Vatican kills, but also Planned Parenthood? Right? What about those babies? Oh, you don't care about them, right? You don't care about actual humanity. You care about a stupid fucking gorilla, right? Hey, don't get me wrong. That gorilla, from the looks of it, I mean, they trained him to they took him to Hollywood. He's probably still around. He's drinking some ginger ale, some seltzer somewhere. He's hanging out. He's got his director's chair. I don't think they killed this guy. It's just a freaking Operation Mockingbird story that's put out there to galvanize you idiots. That's really what it is. Just put on the fucking They Live glasses for once in your life. Have the balls to put on those glasses and realize that everything's a lie, everything's a sham, right? That TV doesn't love you. That TV is making you stupefied, all right? That joint you're smoking is not making you super stonico, all right? It's probably got some chemicals from Plum Island now. That's why the government wants to get into marijuana. They want to now get into our marijuana now. They want to freaking make you MK Ultra. Well, I even heard there's MK Ultra strains of marijuana. I mean, what are they doing? There's just so much government overreach, and I don't know, folks. I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can make it out of here alive. But I tell you what, we're gonna escape New York. We're gonna get out of here alive, and eventually, if the New World Order sends some comet from the sky to blow us all to smithereens, I'll be holding on to my wife's big boobies while it happens.
They're reopening the nuclear point over the summer in a month.
So Jaja has some late breaking news. She's here and she's telling me something. What are they doing?
They're reopening it. Reopening up Indian Point.
So Indian Point is being reopened
in 2 weeks.
in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. And I'll tell you what, we won't be here in 2 weeks.
It said it's causing all kinds of diseases. Hyperthyroidism. Cancer. Lymphoma.
You can't have cancer, fuck. Cancer, the big C. Yeah.
All kinds of thyroid diseases are all attributable, and then it's in the air.
No, but these people don't care. You could tell them a million times that New York is bad, that it's gone to shit, that there's bums now shitting out here, that there's nuclear tritium in their water, and they don't care. They proudly, stupidly, with their Mets hat, look at you, call you crazy, and say you're soft. Meanwhile, they allow losers like de Blasio to disarm them and literally have bums shit on their porch. So all you guys that think I'm soft, I'd like you to come see me where I'm going to be at with my fucking metralletas and my big-ass fucking casa, you hijos de puta. How you like that? Well, you pay your $3,000 rent and live in nothing. And I have my giant pool and have everything. Including my Ferrari. You gotta love my Ferrari. That's right, we drove across here, saw so many sights, ate so much good food, figured out that it's not rabbis running banks, it's actually Jesuit bankers that run DC. And that being said, folks, I have jibber-jabbered enough, but again, I am the gift to alternative media. I am the gift to this type of broadcasting. I am literally the excellence of radio execution. There is nobody that can excellently execute better than me. Your host, with the Mo host, Bruce Montalvo, signing out. Sayonara.